Hello, and welcome back to the Pure Nintendo Podcast. This is your weekly dose of all things Nintendo. My name is Jemma, and joining me this week, I have my two excellent friends. I have Trev. Welcome back, Trev.
Hey, glad to be back.
Yes, we're glad to have you back. And welcome back, Kirk.
Hello, and happy travels to you, I guess.
Yes, I'm on location. Well, not really on location, but I'm in Melbourne. I'm usually in Brisbane. For those who don't know, PAX Australia is on right now. It's day 2. I'm recording at the beginning of day 2, so I've been to day 1 already, and we're going to talk all about what I discovered at PAX Australia yesterday. Yesterday for me, of course. So yeah, I'm in interstate. This is recorded at a hotel, so hopefully there's no odd sounds in the recording. But yeah, I'm super excited to talk about the first party stuff and third party stuff that I got to play yesterday because Nintendo has a huge presence there. We also have some news to cover and the games that we're playing, as well as Kirk's segment, which I think we're just going to call Kirk's segment, maybe.
Until something better comes along.
Yes, yeah. Yes, but let me begin with the PAX Australia wrap up because, as you know, as I teased, Nintendo has a massive presence. Like, it's huge. They have a big space on the showroom floor, and they're showing off all the upcoming games that you want to see and hear about and play. So it's really exciting. It's been very, very popular. The queues are very, very long. So, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit as well, just to give you an idea. But I was fortunate enough because I'm a media representative. I got to go in 1 hour early yesterday and spend some time before the general public was allowed in. And that gives you time. I mean, there's still a few hundred people, similar-minded media and content creators, but you do kind of get priority in some of those queues. So I guess, which game do you think I might have tried first out of the first-party titles, if you want to have a guess?
It's tricky.
Kirby Air Riders, maybe?
That's Trev's guess. Kirk?
You know what? That's what I was going. No, that's what I was going to say too, because I thought the line for Metroid Prime 4 might be too long, so you went into a shorter line first.
Yes. You
But
kind of.
since Trev picked it, I'm going to go Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment.
You're correct. It was Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment, and
See, I should have just looked at the list.
yeah, that's the list is the order I played them. So there you go. But I didn't tell you guys that. So yeah, and it was also the closest. So Metro Prime 4 did have a line. I waited about a good half an hour, even during the media hour, to play Metro Prime 4. So during the media hour, I only got to play Hyrule Warriors and Metro Prime 4. That was it. So, and the other two I played later on during the day. But yeah, I'll start with Hyrule Warriors because I did play it first, and I was super impressed. It looks terrific. Like, it looks amazing. You can choose, I think it was 3 or 4 characters. I can't quite remember, but I chose Zelda at first, and there's also what's the goat dude's name that I can never pronounce? It starts with R. You know, the guy. It's Zelda's the king from the past. Anyway, you can choose him as well. And there's this cool mechanic where when she does her special powers, she like high fives Raul, whatever his name is, and it just looks awesome. I love it. I was beaming. I was excited. I was so excited. It doesn't super look like a Warriors game to me, but I'm playing a 10-minute kind of demo here, but it looks more like a Zelda game. Like, obviously there's hordes of enemies, which feels Warriors-esque, but it definitely had a Zelda feel to it, just with the Tears of the Kingdom kind of aesthetic about it. So I felt quite at home from that perspective. You're going around, obviously, dispensing all of these critters that are trying to attack you, and there was a giant boss fight that was super fun as well. Yeah, as I said, a very short time with all of these games, unfortunately, but that's the demo that they have on the floor. But it was still great to get a taste of it, and like I said, it looks terrific. Like, you start off running around in kind of a more deserted area without a whole lot of enemies, and so I was sort of looking around the environment, and the Nintendo dude, because you have a person next to you every time you're playing, which is cool. There's like so many staff there, but they're kind of helping you if you need help, and they're kind of giving you tips and tutorials, because a lot of people won't have played a lot of these games, especially the likes of Kirby Air Riders, for example. People need help with that one in particular because it's a bit tricky compared to, say, Mario Kart. But the dude was like, "Oh, go that way." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm not stuck. I wanted to look at the background." It's like, I wanted to look at the mountains and the sky and all the rest. It was just so, so neat. So I'm like, yeah, cool, thank you. Sorry, I'm just taking it all in. So, yeah, so it looks pretty impressive. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing more about that one. I think that one was November. What was the date now? It's in November, the release date.
November 6th.
6th, yes. So not too much longer, really, like 3 or 4 weeks until that one comes out. Yeah. So that one's going to be cool. I think that'll be, and the line during the day was fairly big. It probably wasn't the biggest out of some of these other ones that I'll talk about, but it was always pretty full. And that's sort of the case across the board with all these Nintendo ones. Very popular stand. So yeah, I jumped straight into Metroid Prime 4 after that.
Wait, real quickly, when you're playing these games, are
Yeah.
you? I assume they have it set up so you're looking at a TV, right? You're not playing in handheld
Yes.
mode. Okay.
Mhm. Yes. So they have quite a few, like heaps of televisions. Hyrule Warriors, I think, had maybe 10? And they're kind of like you're playing on a screen and there's another screen directly behind you. So you're kind of opposite each other, if that makes sense, to kind of
Mhm.
save on room. Yeah. So I think Hyrule Warriors had, I think it was around 10. Kirby was about 10, maybe 12. Metroid Prime 4 was a different one because that only had 4. And that's because people had to sit down for that one so that you could try the mouse controls, basically. So they had like a
Oh,
desk with a big
It was
screen.
literally Metroid Prime 4. 4 screens.
So yeah, so that was
I
probably
thought you were going to say that the game is so good that they make you sit down because they don't want you to
it's
pass out from
yeah,
how blown
you need
away
to
you're going to be.
you need to sit down for this. Yeah, I've got some news for you. Yeah. So Metroid Prime 4, only 4 screens for that one, which
Oh, wait, Gemma, I'm sorry. I
yeah,
had a quick question on Hyrule
of
Warriors.
course. Ask away.
Because I was excited for this, and then the last trailer it left me a little more lukewarm just because I feel like they didn't show off enough like diverse environments. Like the area you
Mm.
were fighting, was it like you said it was more like open, but was it like very dark or?
It was fairly dark. Yeah, it felt like
Mhm.
a night scene or something, or maybe it was just a dark world, covered with, I don't know, there's whatever's
Yeah.
happened to the sun, I don't know, but
Well, I
yeah.
get the darkness because of the setting of the game, but I'm just hoping
Mhm.
there's because the original had a
Um
lot of bright areas, which
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, this section that I played was fairly dark, but it felt I don't even know if I went to a cave after some time or not because I stopped looking around me. I was concentrating on killing enemies. But at the start, it was definitely outdoors. It felt very rocky, with kind of mountains in the background. And yeah, that's why I was looking over the edge to see what was down below, but I couldn't really see down too far. But yeah, the sort of surrounding kind of environment looked good to me. But yeah, it was very dark, that's for sure. And I think that's just I don't know if that was that particular scene or the whole game is like that. I imagine there will be different environments to
mm,
go through, but I'm not sure. Sorry.
yeah. No, it's okay. My other question, and you might not know the answer, but
Mm.
like you mentioned, Zelda doing high five. Do you know if there's any unique vocal clips for the characters, or are they just using existing ones from like the adventure games?
That's a really good question. I would hope they're new, but I don't know. Yeah, I might even ask that today because
Because I'd like to
I'd
hear
like to
Zelda
try it
sound
again.
more excited. She
Yes.
always sounds so kind of sulky. I want to hear some enthusiasm. Like, yeah,
Yes. I remember you saying that once before, actually. Yeah. I'm gonna try to get to Hyrule Warriors again today. I would like to give it another go, actually. So I'll see if I can do that, or tomorrow. We've got 2 more days, and I'll see if I can even ask. They might not know because a lot of the times I ask questions and they're like, We don't know," or they can't tell you.
oh,
So
oh yeah, or they can't tell you.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I
So
do think you were asking about. I think we determined in a previous episode that it's pronounced like how Scooby Doo might say it, Raru.
Raru, that's right.
That's
Yes.
how I remember it. So I
Yeah,
think it's like that.
yeah. I do remember talking about that ages ago, and I couldn't remember what we'd got to. So
Rar, you just kind of draw it out.
yes. Yeah, yeah. And I don't think all those characters would be accessible from the beginning, but for the purposes of the demo, I guess they are, so that you can switch between them. And I think you can just switch between them on the fly, I believe, as well, in this demo at least. So I'm sure once you unlock them, you can also do that, I'm guessing. But it seemed pretty fast and pretty fluid. I certainly didn't notice any, stuttering, as if they would have that on the floor for people to see. But the scene that they chose obviously worked pretty well. I mean, we're talking about Switch 2 here, so it's a much more powerful machine. And I didn't have any issues. I didn't notice any issues. So yeah, but I will go and hopefully give it another go if the line's not too long. Today will be the busiest day, though. I think Saturday is meant to be I think it's sold out Saturday. So Friday's maybe the least busy, even though it was very busy. But Sunday as well, I'll try. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, really exciting. Any other questions before I move on to Metroid Prime 4?
Oh, no, let's move on.
Let's move on, okay. So Metroid Prime 4, yes, like I said, you sit down for this one, which felt nice after standing for half an hour. This is at the beginning of the day as well. And that's because they use the Joy-Cons as, well, the right one at least, as a mouse control. I suppose you could use the left one too if you're left-handed, actually. But I use the right one, and you've got a huge space to do that with, so it's very easy. The screen is still fairly big anyway in front of you, so there's no issues there. And this game is obviously one we've been waiting a long time for, so there was a lot of excitement. I met a couple of guys from Perth who do a podcast over there, so shout out to them. Thank you for chatting to me while we waited for this game. They were in front of me, so I got to watch them, and then I got to play it myself. So that helped me a little bit. Like I knew what I had to do. But it's kind of, I guess it's more or less the intro to the game. It's not so much a tutorial. You kind of jump straight in as same as there, and you're running and shooting. It's obviously a first-person perspective. There's plenty of enemies to kill. It's really just to give you a feel for the controls. The environment feels pretty, I guess, standard. Like it didn't stand out a whole lot. It's not like it's some crazy new planet that looks super weird or impressive. I don't think the demo is meant to do that. It's meant to just show you that the game is here, show you that it does work well, and show you how to use the controls. And there's a big boss fight at the end of this one as well, and I succeeded in taking down this giant boss, so happy to report that. I thought the controls were really good. I find it personally slightly easier to aim. I'm not very good at first-person shooters. I'll just put that out there. It's not my best gaming style. I just find it a bit hard to control where I'm aiming with the right stick. Some people are probably really pro at it, probably much better than me. But I found the mouse much easier to control. Like my aim was much better. I did pop a little video up on YouTube, a shorts video there with some gameplay. Actually, the Nintendo dude who I was chatting to, he took the video, so it's me playing because it was just me by myself. I can't video myself playing. So the Nintendo dude took that for me, so that was really nice. You can take footage, but you just have to have sort of a person or the sort of surrounding areas of the screen. You can't just have the screen flat itself, if that makes sense. So you're allowed to take footage, but just has to be in context to show it's at an event and it's got the whole display thing happening there in the background. So yeah. Later on, I went back and said hello to the same Nintendo guy. He was still there just as I was walking through. And he said the line was 2 hours long at one point. Wow. Yeah. Wow. So I'm really glad I went and did that during the media hour, which is why I waited that half an hour, because I'm like, I don't think this is ever going to be better than right now. So wow. Yeah. But graphically, yeah, it looked really good. Like I said, it wasn't a weird planet that I think would show it off a bit better. It seemed more of a industrial kind of area. I think you're working with whatever Federation sort of team is with you, kind of helping you. So there's a few other agents shooting as well, but the enemies looked like, I don't know, weird aliens. And there was that, I think it was Mother Brain, but a brain jumped into the boss at the end and controlled this big mech or some kind of weird creature, and that's what you fight at the end. And that was pretty hard. I did almost die, so I was really stoked to finish that. What else would you like to know about Metroid Prime 4?
Did you get to drive a motorcycle?
No, I did not see any vehicle at all. You do get to be, what do you call it when she morphs into a ball, I guess? You get to do that a few times. You've got that power already. That was pretty much it. There was no force power. She's got that weird hand thing that she can do in this game. Mm-hmm. That wasn't in the demo, so you don't get to try that at all. But yeah, it certainly looked good, that's for sure. For what it was, like I said, it wasn't probably the level that would show off the graphical prowess the most, but it looked nice and it worked well. So no issues to report there. Trev, you got any questions?
Actually, Kirk asked what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
They didn't have any of the amiibo on display anywhere, did they? Like just for
No, I didn't see any, and you can't even buy them there. I guess they're not all out yet because there is a My Nintendo store there that you can purchase things, but unlike 2 years ago at PAX when you could buy T-shirts and merch, it's more just games and accessories. Like you could buy Joy-Cons or a Switch 2, I suppose, and Donkey Kong Bonanza, etc. You can buy Mario Kart, whatever. And speaking of Donkey Kong Bonanza, that wasn't there. I didn't see that anywhere, so that's interesting. Whereas Mario Kart World was. So,
oh,
yeah, they're not promoting that one. I
that
guess
is
it's
weird because Bonanza's get the DLC.
yeah, I was surprised it's not there. But Mario Kart World makes sense in a way, just because they've got 24 players. That line moves pretty fast because they take 24
Mm.
people at once. They do this. They do a knockout tour essentially, and so it's pretty short. I mean, knockout tour isn't 20 minutes or 15 minutes, right? It's like 5 or 10. I don't know how long that takes. Maybe 10. But that line moves pretty quickly, and they do have these kind of heats during the day. So everyone who comes through, if you win, you get a special token, and you come back at 5:30, and they play again, and you can win some sort of ultimate prize. I did have a quick go. I did not win, so I didn't get the token. So
Oh,
yeah, sadly, but still fun. And you do still get a little like a keyring just for playing, which is nice. So that was cool. They do have some pins as well for other games. So specifically Kirby and Pokemon, actually. So when you play those, you get pins, which is nice. So yeah, should I move on to Kirby?
Let me ask one question too, and it's
Yeah.
not so much about Metroid as it is their setup. I'm assuming they had you playing with the mouse. You were using the Joy-Con as a mouse to aim.
Mm-hmm.
What was their setup like for that? I want to know what Nintendo
Ah.
feels is the best way to show off that functionality.
That's a good question because I did notice that as well. Like it's a really big flat kind of desk, I suppose, and they had a really big mouse pad on the desk. And I guess that's so that anyone could use any space they wanted, whether they're left or right-handed. They kind of need to cater for everybody in this situation. So yeah, it was a really big flat, just a wooden kind of desk top with a big mouse pad that covers kind of the whole of in front of you. It must be like a meter long. I don't know how many feet that is, sorry. But it was pretty long. And that means you can use your right or left hand and still be on the mouse pad easily. Then the screen was back maybe, and again, I'm probably going to talk in centimeters, which won't help you. So how far
Well,
back
we'll
was it?
figure it out.
It was like half a meter back, I guess, maybe three
metric
quarters of a meter.
system is the tool of the devil. That's
Yes.
what I've heard.
Didn't Marge Simpson suggest that once? Was it?
That was Grandpa Simpson.
Was it Grandpa? Yeah. Yes. So yeah, it was a pretty standard setup, I'd say, and pretty, uh, I guess, what's the word? Light on. But they have to do that for the purposes of this. They're not going to make it cluttered or awkward or anything like that. So it was really easy to sit down. You had plenty of room. The person next to you was quite far away. They probably could have squeezed in more, but that might have been more uncomfortable, especially if you're sitting down and maybe you've got your elbows out. I don't know. Like they allowed plenty of space for people, which worked really well. The chairs were pretty comfy. Yeah, it was a good setup, I think. But yeah, that's what they had. So not everyone obviously has that space, especially in their lounge room, right? If you're playing the Switch 2, like we've talked before about using, your leg or the coffee table or whatever for the mouse controls, or the couch arm is what I've used as well. So that was, yeah, an interesting display, I guess. They've made it looks like how you'd play a PC. That's what they've set it up as. I don't even know where the Switch 2 was. Actually, it must have been under the desk. I didn't think it was in
Oh,
front.
suspicious. Maybe they were running on a synced up PC.
I'll have to double check that. I'll walk back through. I could be completely wrong. Look at my video on YouTube. I was too busy watching the screen. But I don't remember seeing
See
it
if you can get a like a photo of that maybe, or some video of just the setup that you could add to the YouTube thing here so we could see it
yeah. Yeah.
visually too.
Yeah, sure. That would be good. Definitely. Yeah, I'll take one back so you can see all the desks in one shot. Yeah, but that's how it was set up. So I don't know if that means that's how they expect you to play, but that's what they are doing for maximum comfort in this scenario. So
Yeah. Well, if they're using it, then that's got to at least be what they're suggesting somewhat. So, but
yeah.
curious.
Yeah, exactly. So next up is Kirby Air Riders, and I kept walking past this line during the day, hoping it would be shorter, and it never was. So at some points, both with Kirby and Pokemon, they would close the line, as in they'd have someone standing there just saying, "This line is temporarily closed. Come back in like 10 minutes," just so it didn't didn't overflow. And that just means you're never waiting more than, I guess, the maximum time, which is, I don't know what the maximum time is for Kirby. I was probably there for almost an hour, maybe. I don't know. It felt like a long time. But the Kirby demo is quite long. Like, I think it's a good 20 minutes. You get a lot of time with Kirby Air Riders, which is neat. It just means that the line moves a bit more slowly. But there are, as I said, I think there were 8 or 10 set up. So, that's a good thing. But it was really fun. I was so surprised with Kirby. It's very different. And they take you through, this is why it's so long to play, like 20 minutes. They take you through some tutorials first, because I had no idea how to play Kirby Air Riders. I don't know, Kirk, do you know how to play Kirby Air Riders?
No.
No. Trev, do you know how to play Kirby Air Riders? I feel like you of anyone might have played it. Did you say you played it?
I mean, I wasn't very good at the original,
Yeah.
which is funny because it's like a one-button game. So
Yeah,
you'd think, how
yeah.
much would you need to learn? But
Mhm.
evidently, a lot.
Yeah, well, I think because we're all just used to Mario Kart and it's just different the way it works. So yeah, you don't need to press a button to drive, you just go forward automatically, but you can press the B button to brake. And it also, as you're braking, it kind of builds up this power meter. And then if the power meter hits the top of the meter, you let go of the B button, you do this boost. So you're constantly boosting, and then also use the B button around corners, kind of like a power slide, I suppose. But I was kind of going back and forth with the joystick to do a power slide like I would in Mario Kart, but you don't need to do that, and that doesn't work in Kirby Air Riders. So just lean to one side, press the B button and hold it, and then let it go when you come out of the corner and you do a boost, which is cool. So they go through all of that. Then you do some races. I think it was two races. You do 2 races. You can choose from 3 levels, which is neat. So you can choose anyone you want. So I chose the water one because I remember in the trailer I thought that looked really nice, and it does. And this game actually does look quite beautiful. It's cartoony, it's Kirby, but it does look really nice. I really was impressed with the visuals. And then I chose another one, which was more of a cave, like a rock-based one. And there's also some kind of greener one, which I didn't do. So you get to do 2 races. And then, as if that wasn't enough, you get to go and do this city, what's it called? City mode. I can't remember what it's called, sorry. But the city mode where you drive around the city and just collect power-ups for like 5 minutes. And that's just crazy chaos because you're not racing in this instant. You're just moving around and collecting as much as you can, so that when you do sort of a mini game, I guess, like a mini racing game after the fact, then whatever you've collected will help you in this mini game. So you go around, you collect speed boost, you collect health, you collect electricity, like all of these things. And I let Hayden do this, my son. So I was watching, we were just together. And so he did the collecting. I think he got like 40 odd items, which is a lot. Someone got 80, I think, which is heaps. Yeah. But the dude said 40 was good. So I don't know if that's true, but it was enough. Then you get to
go back and only get a dozen, and then see what it says then.
Yes, yeah. And then we were playing this with 4 players, as in 4 of the screens were linked up now locally. So the person next to us, the person opposite us, and the person diagonally opposite us, we were all playing together, and we could all choose from 4 mini games at this point, and it recommends which one is best for you based on which power-ups you have or how many power-ups you have. So we did one, I think it was called a melee, and so it's a small arena, and you're just driving into each other and smacking into each other for like 2 minutes or something. It's crazy, it's chaotic, and I think Hayden came 3rd, so not too bad because he did that one too. So yeah, it's a very fast game, like super fast. It feels faster than Mario Kart to me. Very chaotic, like I said, very colorful, just lots of things happening on the screen at once. I think in my races, I think that was against CPUs. I think there were maybe 8, maybe. I think I came 3rd and then I came 1st. So I was happy with that, at least. That was nice. But yeah, it certainly gave me a really good impression of the game, considering I had no idea and no real interest either in this. I mean, apart from the fact that it's Kirby and I love Kirby, but I'm also not hugely into races apart from Mario Kart. But I think, yeah, I'm definitely interested in this one now. I would love to see more of it. So And this one comes out, I think it was November the 20th, if I'm not mistaken. So not too much further past Hyrule Warriors either. Any questions about Kirby Air Riders?
I can confirm, looking at your Blue Sky post, that the Switch 2 is visible for both Kirby and Zelda. So,
Oh, there you go. Yeah, for those ones, I think it was because they're just on the table. Metroid, I just need to double check. I should know, but I
yeah, I
saw
don't see
so
a
much.
picture of that one for some reason.
Mm. Yeah, I don't think I
So,
did a still of that one. Not yet. I think I'll post a still of that one today, maybe. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, a lot of fun for sure, and very popular, like I said. And then the last one that I played from the first party section was Pokemon Legends Z-A, which I was really looking forward to. That line as well, I had to keep coming back. It was closed continuously. At the end of the day, I kind of got lucky because they closed it off. There was sort of half an hour left of PAX, of the day of PAX, and they're like, "Oh," I went up to them because the line was super short. I'm like, "Oh, what's going on here? Is the line closed?" And like, "Oh, we just can't guarantee that you'll make it." I'm like, "I'll take my chances." So I jumped in the line and I made it. So I only had to wait,
nice.
I don't know, 15 minutes or something. So that was really good. That was good timing. And that was really fun. I think we kind of know what to expect with Pokemon Legends. I'm looking forward to this one. I think you'll love it, Trev, because it seems to be more like Legends Arceus than maybe Pokemon Violet in terms of the fighting system, at least. That's what the
Yeah,
guy was saying. And obviously, I missed Arceus, so I don't know that. But it is a real time battle system as opposed to turn based. So that's kind of different for me coming from Violet Scarlet, which was turn based, where you each take a turn hitting each other with your powers. This one, it's on the fly, and so you use your powers, and then it kind of has a refill meter. Some of them are slow, some of them are fast, and then you can attack again. So yeah, do you remember, was Arceus like that, or was it turn based?
Arceus. The draw for me is that the fights were more active. Like
Mm-hmm.
you could conceivably just throw your Pokeball and catch a low level guy and just not even break a stride. But they didn't have a lot of the slower animations like that the traditional ones have. Not that I'm a Pokemon expert by any means. I've only played a
Mm-hmm.
few, but there's not that intro where they throw you out and they're like, "Go get them," and then you're slowly taking turns and picking moves. It was very, um, it was like a hybrid, I guess. Sort of like turn based but active. Maybe I'm thinking like Chrono Trigger. I know that's not the same genre, but
Mm-hmm.
I just felt like I wasn't wasting so much time, which was a big draw for me. And this one looks like it's gonna maybe not be exactly the same, but sort of have that same philosophy behind it.
Yes, I think that's the case here as well. It is more active. So I think the difference is it's turn based. I don't think that was the case in Arceus, but you can just walk up to someone, attack them. There's no kind of animations. It's all very quick. So I think that part of it is the same or similar. So I think, yeah, you'll like that. If you liked it in Arceus, you'll
Yeah,
enjoy it here too. Yeah.
that's awesome. I just want to get right into the right into the action.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. Yes.
what did texture work look like? I was curious
Yeah,
in
it
Switch 2.
looks good. I mean, I didn't notice any issues. It certainly looked similar to me to other Pokemon outings. Like, I think you start off in the city, so you're doing a few battles in the city, talking to a few people. I think I did like 3 or 4 different battles maybe. You've got a team of 3 Pokemon, I believe, 3 or 4. And, the last battle that I did was it just kills you instantly. The guy said, "No one beats this one." I'm like, "Oh, okay. So you meant to die there? Okay." So
That's how they cut you off so you don't play too
yeah,
much.
yeah, yeah. And then you move on to a different, screen, like, as in you put your controller down and you walk to another area. You don't have to do this, but if you want the pin, you do. Because 'Cause I'm like, "I'm
Okay.
finished." I'm like, "Oh, is there a pin?" And he said, "Oh, yeah, you gotta do part 2." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I walked over to a different Nintendo person, a different screen, different controller, different Switch 2, and started playing a different, I guess it's because they've set it up for a different, area or demo or whatever. And this time you're doing one of those kind of evolution battles, like a giant Pokemon that you have to fight.
Okay, yeah, like your
Yeah.
like gym type battle.
Yeah, yeah. So that was really fun. Quite hard. I did die the first time, but you can do it again. So I did it second time and I defeated this Pokemon. But yeah, aesthetically, it looks very Pokemon. Like I thought it looked very colorful. The characters looked nice, but they don't look different. I think I said this last week to Kirk. I don't really need them to look different. I want them to look like Pokemon characters. I think some of the animations were different. Like I was talking to the Nintendo guy while I was playing, and he was really enthusiastic, as a lot of them are, which is why they're there. But he was saying that the animations have improved. And so Mareep was one of your Pokemon. And when I was using Mareep, like the tail would like twitch and little things would come out of it. So I think they've really enhanced those little elements that you might not even really have noticed straight away, if that makes sense. So the backgrounds kind of look normal to me, as in very much like the previous games. But I think the character models maybe have been enhanced a little bit on Switch 2, just given a bit more detail and a bit more animation and liveliness. So that's nice. Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I guess so. I was, just looking at the city. I just was wondering how lively it looked, because that's how they've been marketing it,
like with
right?
people.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, just in general, like Arceus, whatever, was kind of a lot of it. You were just out in the wild,
Mm-hmm.
right? So there wasn't, as much. But I'm just wondering, on Switch 2, does this city really bustle? Like, or if you could even tell in what you played.
No, not really, because you're in the city, but you're more or less in an alley kind of thing, and you have to kind of follow a path. So it's a little
Gotcha.
closed off there. You don't really go into like a square where there might be heaps of people. I'm sure that's there, but not in the demo. I could
Yeah.
see that big Eiffel Tower thing in the background. And I did, when I was walking around a corner somewhere, there was a river downstream and a Magikarp was in the river. And the guy next to me got really excited, the Nintendo guy. He's like, "Oh, you've got the rare Magikarp animation." And I'm like, "Oh, cool. Okay." So apparently that doesn't always happen. So I was fortunate to see a Magikarp swimming around in the water. Yeah, but I think, yeah,
They should give you a pin for that.
yeah, I know, right? Where's my pin? I want a Magikarp pin. Yeah, and the pin itself, it's the Eiffel Tower looking uh, building that's in the game. That's sort of part of the cover there, part of the city, the center of the city. I think that's the pin, which is pretty cool. Yeah. So yeah, I was pretty impressed with it. I thought it played well enough in the demo, at least, and I had a good time with it. So I'm looking forward to seeing more. And that one comes out really soon. I think it's the 16th, right? 16th of October.
Less than a week.
Yeah, yeah. So really, really soon that one comes out. Hopefully, we'll be able to talk about it next week, Trev, if you're
Yeah, I
available
hope
for the
so.
show. Yeah, yeah. Anything else Pokemon related? Nope. Okay, I'll just touch on
You
a
know
few.
what? It's funny, just the
Yeah,
way you said Pokemon.
yeah.
The overview trailer, I don't know if it's just me, the narrator for that, I don't know if they just had a unique drawl or accent, but they were like Pokemon. Like, I feel like they really had like like, I
Mm.
don't know if they were Canadian or what. It's just something I
Pokemon.
noticed on the overview trailer. So um,
Yeah. Well, how do you say
I no, geez, now you. I mean,
it?
I usually say like Pokemon, like Poka, like PUH,
Ah,
Pokemon. I don't know,
yeah, that's a good
but
point. What would Kirk say?
Well, if it's spelled using Romanji, so you can pronounce it based on the characters they're using for English. It would be Pokemon. The E is always A, pronounced A when
That's
you're
true.
speaking a Japanese word. So I guess I would say Pokemon.
Pokemon. Yeah, probably. And it
I
has
just
that.
feel like I really
And it
noticed
could be
that.
a long
Yeah.
vowel too, in which case he may have held that out on purpose. It may be Pokemon.
It could be. And it has that little accent usually as well,
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
I just never have heard it that way in like past trailers that I've noticed. So
Maybe he was really passionate about it. It's like, I'm going to say it properly. What do you think is
maybe
proper?
readers or listeners,
Yeah.
sorry, can let us know how
Yes.
they say it.
Yeah, let us know what you think. Yeah, quick recap of third-party titles. There were heaps of third-party titles in the Nintendo section. I didn't play them all because a lot of them are already out, or I've played them, or I have them, like Silksong, for example. Obviously, I've got that. What else was there? There was Dragon Quest, I think, is a 1 and 2 remake. I don't even know if that's out or
Is
not.
that the
Sorry.
HD 2D one?
I think so, and I didn't get it. I might actually go and play that over the next 2 days because I wouldn't mind checking that out. But I didn't play that one. But it was there. Hades 2 was there. Of course, that's out already. But two that I was interested in playing two that were, I don't know, 2 games that I wanted to play, Elden Ring and Borderlands 4, because these aren't out. And obviously we've heard a lot about them recently. Borderlands 4 has been delayed indefinitely. Elden Ring had that sort of controversy as being unplayable on the Switch too. So I wanted to test them out for myself and have my own thoughts and opinions. I didn't spend a lot of time with either of them because they kind of didn't overly excite me, but I definitely tried them just so I could tell you guys what I thought. And Elden Ring was fine, I thought. Like, it was fine. I just walked around and slashed a few
Wait,
things and
fine,
died.
like,
Like,
it's
I
fine, or fine,
well,
like fine
it
dining?
doesn't seem like my type of game, but like it looked. I will say that the graphics here looked amazing. Like the backgrounds, wow! I was really impressed. And this is on. I was playing this in handheld. This was not on a screen, so I was just playing it in handheld mode. But I kept looking at the backgrounds, and I do this a lot in games. I usually would take a photo of these kinds of things, right? On the Switch 2 photo section. Um, there's like, I don't know, and I asked the guy because the guy had no idea what he was talking about. Because I'm like, this game's not out yet, is it? He's like, no, it is. I'm like, no, it's not. What are you talking about? This is not out on Switch 2. He's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I'm like, no, you're wrong. It's not. So what? Why are you here promoting this game? It's not even. You don't even know what you're talking
Give me
about.
your badge.
Yeah, yes. And then I'm like, so what's the difference? Like, he's like, yeah, I played this before. And I'm like, great. So what planet are they on? He's like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, what? How much of a fan are you? Because it didn't look like Earth to me, which is why I asked the question. Because I was looking at the background, and that's why I was saying it looks stunning. There's like this big weird planet thing up in the sky, which could be a moon of some sort, but it doesn't look like Earth's moon. And it just impressed me, and that's why I said, "What planet are they on?" And he just didn't know. So, should have done your homework, buddy. But anyway,
Do
it's
they
definitely.
hire like college interns to like man these booths?
I don't know. I don't know. And it's not a
They at least got to
slight.
give them a packet with like the bullet points of how to answer questions.
I
for
think
crying out
so.
loud.
It's not a slight against Nintendo Australia because they're not all Nintendo Australia employees. Some of them are just contractors who come in for the show, right? Which makes sense. But I think if you're on a display for a certain game, you probably should know some details about it. So, yeah, hopefully he knows better tomorrow or today. But yeah, that was kind of weird. So anyway, you're this big. I thought you were a knight, but he looks more like a samurai to me. So that's why I'm really confused about the lore. I'm like, where is this guy? I thought it was set in like ye old Merry England or something. But, see, this is how much I know about Elden Ring. But you're walking along. It feels a little clunky, but I think that's because he's bulky with his armor. So I didn't really think too much of that. And you can run, so that's fine. And then I did a couple of battles and died really easily. But apparently, it's a really hard game, so you're meant to die really easily. So yeah. But I didn't notice any issues in terms of the frame rate stuff that we've heard before about people saying it's unplayable. It was fine and playable to me. And like I said, it looked beautiful, but I really only spent 10 minutes with it. So it's not the sort of game I'm interested in, really, to be honest, but I didn't have a problem with it and it looked quite nice. So that's my thoughts on it with my limited experience. Yeah. And Borderlands 4, also fine. Again, not my style, I don't think, but and I don't even really know what Borderlands is. I've not played one before, but I had to try it because it was there and because it was delayed. I'm like, what's the deal with Borderlands 4? I couldn't believe it was actually playable, but it was. And you kind of, I think the deal is it's like a deathmatch situation or something where you fighting people and trying to kill as many as possible. There was no plot described to me, and the guy here did not know anything about it either because I said to him, hey, I've never played Borderlands 4. And he's like, hey, me neither. I'm like, okay, well, you're not going to be much help to me then. So I
Makes
just
you
played
miss
it.
the other guy there.
Yeah. But yeah, you walk in and you can shoot and do all sorts of things. I killed quite a few people and then I died. It's kind of weird look to me. Like it's like a cartoony overlay against a realistic background or something, which I guess is the style of the games, but it's different. It stands out from that perspective. So, I certainly didn't have any issues with it. I'm not saying it's bad at all. It's just not my style. But I had a decent time with it and I didn't see any issues with it. But obviously they've got this demo ready to go and whatever they're working on for the release that got pushed back, that's something else. And I'm sure there's some overarching story that I'm not aware of, but this was like some sort of death match, like I said. So yeah, interesting. And these games were like in this curtained off area because they're MA. Like in Australia, MA is a rating. You have to be 15 plus to play it. So they weren't really on display. They were kind of hidden away. So I didn't have any wait time for them, but that was Actually, that might have been at the end of the media hour. I think I had a few minutes, so I just popped in to play those after Metroid. Yeah, so I'm glad I got to try them. I was curious enough to want to give them a go, and I hope that fans who do like these sorts of games will enjoy them when they do come out. I don't know why Elden Ring was getting all that flack previously, but yeah, maybe there's more to it that I'm not aware of, or maybe they fixed a lot of the bugs. It's so interesting because I'll quickly shout out to some indie devs, and this will just be me literally saying the indie devs that I met and how awesome they are. But before we move on to the news, some of the indie devs, you play their games and then they're like, oh, there's a bug. I'm going to fix that tonight. And I just love that. These guys are like, they're just going to go back to the hotel and fix their bugs overnight. And then tomorrow or today at PAX, they'll have their games on display again and the bugs will be gone. I'm just like, this is so cool. Obviously, they're not doing that with Borderlands 4 and Elden Ring because they're bigger companies, but that's cool.
Could you find out like what version of Elden Ring it is? Like if it's like
yeah,
I'm playing
maybe.
on it.
Well, the dude won't know. He didn't even know. He thought it was out on Switch too, so
That's true.
so he won't know. He is no help. No, I need to find.
He's thinking of Skyrim.
Yes. Yeah, it was a little disappointing. I just want someone with some knowledge, but okay, it's fine. It's fine. I second guessed myself because I'm like, no, I am sure this is not out. We would have reported on this. We would have heard about this. It's not out. And I Googled it. I'm like, no, it's not out. Of course it's not out.
I don't even think there's a release date announced for it.
There isn't. No, there's not. So
I was gonna say it's just 2025, right?
yeah, which
have a month.
is it might not even come out this year, honestly, at this point, but we'll see. So yeah, I just thought that was quite funny. But anyway, so I did just want to call out a few indie devs to thank them for their time. I'm going to write up an article, so this will be all on the website. I'm not going to go into details here because there's too much. I played too many games. But I wanted to say Fox and Shadow game from Paper Cactus Games, Chess Plus, which is my kids spent like an hour on this game. They love it. And the company is also called Chess Plus, an enhanced version of chess. Silk Saw from Stout Heart Games. My Arms Are Longer Now, which is a hilarious game from Toot Games. Hello World from Ultra Players, and that one I actually played last year as well, and that's made some really good improvements over the last 12 months. A bigger one, Cult of the Lamb, which had the DLC on display for next year. I had a really good chat with those guys. They're from Australia. Love them. Massive Monster. Thank you for their time. I'm going to touch base with them and hopefully do some interviews for the magazine maybe in the future. And Castle Cab, which is a crazy horse kind of race, not a racing game. You drive a horse in medieval times. That's from Royal Reign Studios. So those are the ones who I met yesterday, who I had a really good chat with and played their games. Thank you for their time. I will write up an article, like I said, on the website, so the details will be there. Check it out over the next few days. But unless you have any other PAX-related questions, let's move on to the news. Anything from you guys?
Sounds like fun.
Everyone's, yeah, it's really fun. It's a big day. I was so tired last night, but it's fun. It's very fun. In the news, we saw a mysterious video from Nintendo during the week. And did you guys see this originally when it dropped? This little animated short?
Kind of. I scrubbed through it.
Yes.
I'm not going to watch a 4-minute video of a baby.
Yeah.
Ever.
It was a bit odd, wasn't it? Did you see it, Trev?
I saw the baby one.
Yeah.
And then I didn't see the Pikmin one till after.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this? And then I saw that, and was that just on the app? Like, I don't see it on YouTube.
That's right. That's why I couldn't link to it in the notes here, because
I feel like that's why people missed it.
Yeah. So not everyone may know this, but I'm sure if you're on social media, you would have seen the news at least. That this video originally was like a dummy moving through the air with this baby chasing it. It was cute and it was well animated, and there's lots of speculation. Is this a Mario Galaxy tie-in? Is this a Pikmin related deal? Or is it something completely new? Like Nintendo Pictures is making a movie and this is just a demo of what they can do or something like that.
I have to interrupt you real quickly.
Yeah, go for it.
What did you call the thing that was moving through the air?
A dummy? Like a pacifier?
Okay.
Do you not call it?
I've never heard that referred to as a dummy before.
That must be an Australian thing.
How about a Nook? We call them Nooks.
Binky is very popular here.
What? Nook? Really?
Yeah, we call them Nooks.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, I've never heard that either.
I
Those
don't
are
know
the
if
things
that's a
in your
New England
muffins.
thing.
Nooks and crannies are in your muffins. They're not like pacifiers.
Oh, okay. But I'm definitely aware of the term pacifier. So that's the
Okay.
probably the
Yeah.
technical term. So pacifier. Moving
Just
through
want to
the
make sure we're talking about the same
I'm like, there
thing.
must be a
Yes.
third video I didn't see.
Thank you for checking. You're like, there's this real, like, I don't know, silly person, a dummy, I guess, or a
It's like some idiot
yeah.
running around in a baby's room. Like this video got really weird really quickly.
Yeah, they had a different version in Australia. So yeah, but it was there was speculation because it could have been. Some people thought it might have been Rosalina as a baby. I didn't think it was, even though she did. Or the baby, I thought it was a boy baby. It could be a girl baby, but it does have green eyes. It could have been Rosalina, I guess. But the hair didn't look right to me. I thought it was Pikmin just because it had that sort of music that sounded Pikmin-ish to me, the
Mhm.
kind of piano-based keys. And it did turn out to be Pikmin, of course. So it is, like you said, Trev, it's on the Nintendo Today app. They haven't put it on YouTube yet, at least at time of recording. So
It's weird.
yeah, it is weird. But yeah, essentially it's the same video, but instead of the dummy pacifier moving through the air by itself, there's Pikmin controlling it. And apparently humans can't see Pikmin. I didn't know that. Olimar can see them, can't he? So what? Is that a thing?
Can I interrupt, Gemma?
Yeah, sure.
This has really nothing to do with the thing, but so pacifier, I guess, is the standard, like in American English.
Hmm.
I guess dummy is common in British English, which is
Hmm.
why we didn't know it. Then there's Souther or Binky rather, which are regional specific things. And Nook, I guess, is actually a brand name, but it was so
Ah,
popular. It's like we might say Kleenex when we mean tissue.
ah, yeah.
So
Cool. Makes
the more
sense.
you know.
The more you know. Thank you, Trev, always in giving us information. Yes, to help with trivia nights. So thank you for that. Yeah. So yeah, Pikmin. What does it mean though? We still don't know that. Is it a teaser for a Pikmin movie? Is it a Pikmin another series, like another series of short films? Is there a game in the works? We don't know that info, at least not at the time of recording. Did you have any theories, Kirk or Trev? Just Kirk, I'm looking at you because you're more the Pikmin fan. We all like Pikmin, of course, but
Yeah,
Kirk's.
I hope it's not a game. I'm assuming it's not.
Mhm.
And again, it's just because I don't find entertainment in things with babies crawling around. I prefer my Pikmin to be out in very hostile environments
Uh-huh.
as opposed to like in a nursery somewhere.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's it could just be a one-off thing. Like I don't know if they're testing new animation studio. Nintendo's doing their own thing and showing, hey, look what we could do. It's as good as Pixar.
Mm.
Um, or if it will lead to something else. I don't know. It was just a weird drop, and that they dropped it without any Pikmin in it, and then just a day or two later went ahead and released the whole thing with the Pikmin. It certainly got people talking, but I have yet to understand the point.
Yeah, I agree with that. Did you have any thoughts, Trev?
Um, maybe like a Switch 2 edition of a previous Pikmin game. I could see them maybe having like some little bonus DLC level, maybe that takes place in the
Mm.
nursery. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Um, or it could just be something as simple as maybe they're going to put more Pikmin tracks on the music app.
Yeah, could be.
But it is. It's just it's odd because I don't get the two versions. Like I watched it and I'm like, why is that pacifier still moving? Why is the mom not freaking out that this is a
Yeah.
demonic pacifier? Like,
Yeah.
and then you see the Pikmin and it makes sense, but why hide it in the app?
Yeah, I don't know. It's odd. Very odd. I have to correct myself as well. I've just been informed by my son in the background. Olimar is not human, so that's why he
No,
can see them.
yeah.
He's not from Earth, is he? Right? So
No,
yeah, I should
no.
have
So,
realized that.
and none of the Pikmin games actually took place on Earth, did they?
I don't think
Like,
so.
it's weird because a lot of the items they find, yes, these are items you would find on Earth, but none of the things that they ever fought are actual creatures that live on Earth.
Mm,
So
true.
I never really was able to grasp where we were
No,
on
no.
Earth. And it's not important, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, because
It's
yeah,
the
he
multiverse.
well, Olimar's always crashing on random planets, but they're not Earth planets, are they? I don't think. Except in Pikmin 4, don't you start off in like a kitchen or something?
There is, yeah, that one does have a very Earth vibe to it.
That's not.
There may be it wasn't a nursery, but there was like a living room with baby style things out or blocks or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm confused.
Yes. We have too many questions. Let us know, Nintendo, what is going on. Let us know, listeners, what you think this Pikmin video means, because we obviously
Don't use the baby for the thumbnail, or we'll get no views on that.
No.
Or listens.
I won't.
I want Nintendo to do this with the next Fire Emblem.
What?
Have a baby chasing a pacifier, and then we have Fire Emblem characters carrying it around or riding horses. And Dynasty Warrior style, like carnage of stuffed animals, the whole room just going up in the air.
Oh my gosh, that's
The
hilarious.
baby's fine. I don't wish any harm on the baby, of course, but
No, you just think it'd be interesting.
That could be your E-rated game.
Oh,
Those who
that's
want to
good.
get into the genre.
Very good. All right, thank you guys. Let's move on to some more news. Just a quick one. Mina the Hollower, which was meant to be coming out on October the 31st from, is it Yacht Club Games, this one? I think it was. And that's been delayed. So just letting everyone know. There's no new date as of yet. I don't think it's going to be sort of the same case as Borderlands 4, where it's delayed for a very long time. They just announced this on socials during the week that, we just need a bit more time. We just want to get it right. It was hard for them to do, kind of thing, because it was only a couple of weeks out from release date. So I kind of like that they did that. I think they did it really well. I think they said the right things and made me feel good about it. Like I'm sure they'll have a new release date soon. I don't think it's going to be months and months and months. This
They
is
say it's so close, and so is
Mm.
italicized. So
Yeah.
that's really close.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. They said it's really, really close. So I don't think it'll be too much of a delay, but they just didn't want to give a date yet. And this is the game that was it in the indie showcase, I think? The direct, yeah.
yes.
And there is a demo which I've played. It's really fun. You should go play it if you want to try it. I'm looking forward to seeing the full game. So I think I think it's good that they know themselves well enough. They know they want to deliver a good product rather than put it out and then have a patch kind of straight away or whatever. That people don't like that. I think it's unfortunate that it has to be delayed, but we'll get a better product at the end of the day. So we'll see. We'll see when there's a new date. We'll let everyone know as well. The other quick piece of news is that Paper Mario Thousand Year Door tracks were added to the Nintendo Music app. And I think you might have added this one, Trev, but I did notice it during the week and I did give it a bit of a listen as well. Did you also?
Yeah, they're good tracks. They're high quality. I'm in the mood to play Paper Mario, but of course I don't have the time because we have so many review games.
Yes.
I do think it's noteworthy though, because when this episode launches this week, there won't be any new releases, so this will have to tide you over for 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. They said that, did they?
Yeah, but they have the Switch, updates, reimagines, and the GameCube original. So,
yeah,
it's sort of like two soundtracks in one, and there's a lot of tracks in these games.
Yeah, there's even the Japanese versions of the themes, title song, whatever it is. Yeah. So that's true. It is a big soundtrack, which is cool. Awesome. Thank you, Trev. Wasn't the one to get Kirk into the Nintendo Music app, I'm guessing.
Oh, no.
If Fire Emblem didn't do it, then yeah.
Paper Mario's got melodrama, Kirk. Come on.
It's a great game, honestly.
Does that carry through to the orchestral score?
A little bit.
Yes.
Some of them.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to Kirk's segment. What have you got for us this week, Kirk?
This week I have a game chosen almost specifically for Trev, so I'm very glad he joined us this week. Let me pull up the press release here. We are going to be getting a 4K, substantially enhanced and in 4K re-release of Broken Sword: The Smoking Mirror Reforged, which is a remake of a 1997 adventure game. That at this point I should just let Trev take over and talk about it. He's a huge Broken Sword fan, if I recall, and recently played the was it the first? It was the first game in the series was recently remastered and released for the Switch.
Yes, it was, and I'm thrilled that the sequel's getting the same treatment. Not quite as good as the original, but I compare it to like the original Broken Swords Back to the Future, and then the Smoking Mirror is like Back to the Future 2 or 3. They're still great. I mean, they're not as classic as that first one, but I still want to watch them all or play them all. What I like about, well, I shouldn't say I like because it didn't bother me, but there was a bit of AI use with the first one, and it was their own custom AI. It wasn't like they were using, Google Gemini or whatever. But some fans were turned off by that, and they actually said that in the end, it didn't actually save them as much time as they thought. So that's going to be 100% straight, remastered art, which I think is good. Because there was one scene in the original that bugged me. Only one, and there's a lot of locations in these games. But I like that. I like that they were able to take the feedback in their own experience and then use it to remake or reforge this sequel. Still got George, still got Nico, the leads. They're in all new locations, globe-trotting adventure. There's no fighting skeletons in it, Kirk, but there might be some skeletons, so I don't know.
Well, let me ask this just for clarity. Is the smoking mirror a mirror that is actively smoking, or is it a mirror that smokers use to check themselves out while smoking?
That's a good question. The smoking mirror is, I don't want to say it's a MacGuffin, but
Okay. All right. Well, no, we'll stop there. No spoilers.
Do you think it's like the
Yeah.
smoking gun? Like, as in a weapon?
You will see the smoking mirror, if you play the game to finish it.
Okay.
It's not as, the overall plot is stronger in the first game, but the sequel, has a lot of individual elements that are just as great in terms of like the pacing, cutscenes, characters, certain puzzles, the voice acting. It's top notch. I'll be interested to see how they actually remaster some of the dialogue because the original has a bit of a, I don't want to say tin can quality, but you can tell it's older. So
A lot more compression, probably.
yeah, they're still working with the actor, Ralph Saxon. So is he going to be recording anything new? Will we be able to tell the difference? I don't know.
Did he do new voice work for the last one?
That's a good question.
And it says that's a 4K release.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think he did, but if he had a gun to my head, I wouldn't bet my life on it.
Yeah. If there's a 4K release, do you reckon there's a Switch 2 version? Maybe.
There better be.
Yeah. Hopefully. That'd be cool. That would be
There
nice.
better be. The thing is, even if the Switch got a lesser version, I mean, this is a PS1 era game. It's going to look so much better, no matter how you're looking at it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
And it does say in the press release that if you want, you can switch between the original 1997 version of the game and the new reforged visuals at the click of a button.
Oh, cool.
and
Like
that
Tomb
is
Raider.
awesome. I wish every remake or reimagining had that feature. I feel like it should become more standard because it's awesome. It's the best of both worlds. You appeal to the purist, and then new players can see all the improvements.
And we talked about that with Tomb Raider. It was Tomb Raider 1 I was playing. There were times where I would switch back to the original version just because it was easier to see like doors and entryways and caves that I was missing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's a good point.
That's very cool. My last question is, how many Broken Sword games are there? Like you said, this is the sequel. How many are there in the series?
Let's see. So the third one kind of changed up styles. It's more of a traditionally action adventure controlled. It's not point and click.
Okay.
And there was a fourth one on PC, went back to point and click. Fifth one's on Switch, and I think I can't remember the name of the sixth one, but that's being worked on as we talk. So
like a
that
new
was
one.
something Stone or
Oh,
that
that's
name
cool.
escapes me.
So it's ongoing. They're still making them. That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
and there's been remakes of some too. beyond this, director's cut or
Mm.
ports for handhelds, whatever. So
Yeah.
quite a few.
I feel like there needs to be a Broken Sword Leisure Suit Larry crossover. They both had so many games. It's like Freddy and Jason, and then we eventually got to see them fight. I want Leisure
Yes.
Suit Larry in a Broken Sword game now.
Yeah.
It could work. I'd love to see some of the Broken Sword characters like in the Leisure Suit kind of art style and vice versa. Because
Yeah.
gameplay wise, it's similar point and click.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they were big at the time, weren't they? For sure. Awesome. Thank you, Kirk and Trev, for that one. That was Kirk and Trev segment today. So we are obviously this is a longer episode because of PAX, so hopefully everyone has time to still talk about the games we're playing. You guys happy to do that? Because we've hit an hour.
Yeah, I'll be quick on
Yeah,
mine.
I can keep it brief. I'll keep mine brief.
Okay. All right. Well, I've got one to talk about quickly as well, which is called Off, which is an original. Sorry, it was originally 2008. It's a RPG for Windows. It was or PC. Now it's been remade for Switch. Trev, I think this code came via you. I didn't know anything about this game going in. I'd never heard of it, but apparently it's a bit of a cult classic. Had you heard of this one? Just out of interest, or either of you, really?
Had I no,
No. Okay.
I had not.
Apparently, it's
Um,
a bit of a indie darling. Like it's been a bit of I don't know. A lot of other indie devs have used this for inspiration somehow. Anyway, it's a really quirky game. It's off, I think, because it's off. Like it's kind of nuts, honestly. You play the role of someone called the Batter who wields a bat, like a baseball bat, and he's sent into this weird world to dispense it of kind of spirits, I suppose, to cleanse it. I think he puts it. One thing that stands out is that you give your name at the start, like you put in whatever name you want, but that's not the batter's name. That's your name, and the batter refers to you. Kind of, there's that fourth wall, or whatever you call it, kind of situation. They keep referring to you like, "Yeah, I'm being controlled by, Jemma." It's like, okay, that's weird. Yeah, but it's a turn-based RPG. You kind of going through different. There's a few zones you have to work through, and each one is kind of a top-down perspective. It's got this weird pink hue across it. These weird kind of almost pastely vibe to it. It looks fairly unique. And from that respect, it's a traditional RPG where you're walking around, collecting things, solving puzzles, doing battles, fighting bosses, moving on to the next area. The puzzles are quite different to anything I've played before. They're tricky, but also they use a lot of environmental clues, like numbers in particular. You have to really watch for numbers, write them down if you're playing this game or you want to play this game. I would honestly recommend taking screenshots or writing things down because this is the type of game where you will have to refer back to what you saw previously. Like there's a bunch of numbers on the side of a river or something, and then later on you have to pop balloons in a certain order, and the order is based on the numbers that you saw previously. So if you want to go back and look at them, you can, of course, but if you've written them down, then it's going to help you a lot. So yeah, it's like that style. So it's pretty tricky. It's only, I think it's a 5-6 kind of hour game. It's not super long, which is fine for what it is. And yeah, it's very unique. It really stands out. There's like this crazy cat that talks to you. There's this weird kind of samurai person who's in charge of things who fights you. There's the audio is really odd too, like the characters who are just kind of NPCs in the village or whatever, where you talk to them, they make this weird noise when you say hello to them. It's really off-putting, like the word off again. It's just odd. It's a really odd game, but it is very well made and well executed and certainly stands out. I'm just not sure how I'm going to review it because it's so odd. It's hard to recommend to everyone, but I think it has enough unique features that it's certainly something that would appeal to fans of these turn-based RPGs who are looking for something a little different, for sure. I certainly enjoyed my time with it. I got into it. It was a little like at first I was just, what on earth is this? But the more you play it, the more sort of secrets you find. There's lots of little collectibles to discover. And there's a story, of course, behind it all. But just the puzzles are insane. Like there's one area you're in a library and you exit out of a door and it goes out the front door. And so you have to work out how the heck do I get to the up and left and right of the library, because every time you go out a door, it just takes you back to the front. It's a bit of a Lost Woods situation, from Zelda.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a pattern to it. It's quite clever. It's pretty well designed. The puzzles are really, really clever, I will say.
I
Very
figured they'd be tough because
They're
didn't they
tough.
send you like a hint sheet or something
Yeah. Yeah,
with the
yeah.
code?
Mm. Honestly, I had to look up a few hints along the way because, yeah, it's not easy. So it's head scratching. Yeah. So that's my time with off. I'm currently writing up the review for that, so probably won't be up before this episode launches because I'm not home. I'm in PAX, but it'll be up during the week. So watch for that one. Kirk, what have you got for us?
The first game I'm playing, I kind of just started. Because we mentioned before that there was a demo for this game that I
Mm.
downloaded and played,
Mhm.
and now I have a review copy of Persona 3 Reload. The game comes out October 23rd, so I've been digging deeper into that. I'll be talking about it more over the next couple of weeks because it's going to take that long to get through it.
Yeah.
But I am happy because I did spend more time, like I said I was going to, in um, the hidden hour,
Yes.
the dark hour of the game, leveling up and getting more and more cash. So when I finally left and started playing the game proper, I was loaded with
Nice.
all kinds of money to buy the things I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But anyone, if you haven't played these games before, maybe just played Persona 5 Royal on the Switch. This is more of the same. You're still a high school student with friends. You have to go into these areas that other people can't access to get into some turn-based combat. Um, but when you're not, you're exploring town. You're taking on jobs to make money. You'll work. You can watch movies, read books, eat food. All of it enhances various aspects of your character and your abilities. And then you can level up, and the higher you get, the more persona you can take on, or the more jobs you can take on. So it's all about balancing school life and killing demons, really.
Cool.
But very well done, very tightly written, tightly executed, and with a lot of style. Like it just oozes style. Um,
Nice.
yeah, makes it quite enjoyable to play through.
I have a feeling this is at PAX actually in the third party section.
Oh yeah, go check it out.
Yeah, I might go check that out today. I'm pretty sure that was one of the other third party games on offer. Yeah. So that one's out. What'd you say? October the 20th?
October 23rd.
23rd. Nice. Not too far away. I'm glad you've got plenty of time with it before the release to really get into it as well.
Yeah, and you needed to, because although the game is pretty much the same throughout, it evolves nicely and it really starts to come into its own the deeper you get into it.
Very cool. Thank you, Kirk.
I just got clarification from someone at PAX. The game's already out.
Yes, thank you.
Well, technically that's true on other systems.
True.
Maybe that's what the guy was talking about with
I think he
Elden
was.
Ring.
Well,
Yeah.
he was. He said he's played it. I'm like, yeah, but it's not out on Switch too. And he's like, yeah, it is. I'm like, no, it's not. Stop it. You don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, obviously, yeah, Elden Ring is out on other consoles. We know that. But yeah, I don't know what. I don't know. Anyway, thank you. Thank you,
All right.
Trev, for the little inset there. And thank you, Kirk, for you for that Persona 3 Reload recap. Trev, you're playing a pretty exciting game, I think, as well.
Yeah, I'm playing Yuka Replayly, which isn't the easiest thing to say, but it's a remaster of Ukulele, which is out and has been out, but they've really polished up the game and shaped it based on player feedback. And, it's tricky because I didn't play the original game. So I'm like, should I be reviewing this? Because my most recent review, Pac-Man Reworld, I was able to make a lot of comparisons, right? Because I played the original, and this one I hadn't. But I'm like, you know what? Maybe there's value, taking like a virgin approach to this and coming in fresh, where people are just interested in the game. Not everyone had checked it out, so that's my little disclaimer. If you're looking for, a lot of like, oh, this is better, this is new, I'm probably not going to have it, but I will be referencing, what the developers have shared as far as tweaks to make the game better. And some of it is just quality of life improvements, right? To improve the player experience, make gameplay go smoother. I was talking to a buddy who enjoyed the original game, and he was saying how he would get lost sometimes on the maps, and now there's a setup so you're not going to get lost as much.
Cool.
And I think that's cool. Respecting the player's time,
Hmm.
especially at this time of year when we're flush with games. I don't want to wander around for an hour trying to find this one random page. It is a 3D platformer from Platonics, and it's got a lot of um, I don't want to say heart because that sounds cheesy, but you can tell it was like a passion project.
Mm.
And I'm only maybe not very far in, but I've enjoyed it thus far. I'm excited to get further in and explore the move sets of the characters and just embrace that collectathon vibe.
Yeah.
I will say, and this doesn't bother me at all, but I know some people will do. It is locked at 30 frames, but
Oh,
at least it's consistent. So
is this Switch 2 or Switch 1?
it is Switch too.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah.
But you get your resolution bump and
Mm, true.
other stuff. So
Is it quite
yeah,
humorous?
it's been pretty funny. They actually kind of in the opening little tutorial they kind of self own the game. Like there's a book that'll grant wishes, and he's like, "Oh, I wish this game could have, more collectibles, or I wish it could be improved like this way." So I like that, and I think just having the two characters, I think maybe will lead itself to some like buddy comedy,
Mm, mhm.
almost like a road trip type thing. I don't know because again, I haven't played it, but yeah, I like what I see so far. And coming off Pac-Man, I'm kind of in that mindset of a classic kind of um, like N64 GameCube era type
Yeah.
collector.
Might be interesting at the end of the day to see which one you prefer out of those two, Pac-Man or
Mm,
Yooka-Laylee. Hmm.
yeah,
Cool. Yeah, I'm excited about this one. I haven't played the original either, but I keep thinking to because it's often on sale actually. And I
it
love
is.
Banjo-Kazooie, which this is some of the team who made that, right? Or something?
It was definitely a source of inspiration. I don't know as far as
Ah, okay. Yeah.
the workers, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Mm. Yeah. Brilliant. Well, we can't wait to hear your full thoughts on Yooka-Laylee. That is out. Is that out now? This one?
Um, when did that come out?
Or soon?
Talk to Kirk, and then I'll find out when
Okay.
it
Okay.
released.
We'll circle back. Kirk has another game for us. What's the other game on your list this week?
I'm playing another Switch 2 game that is also coming out on October 23rd, and this one is called Full Metal Schoolgirl.
Cool.
Um, and the name should tell you exactly what you could expect from this.
Yeah.
The game is set in the year 2089, and pretty much the entire workforce of Japan is working 24 hours a day. They're all robots, or cyborgs that were programmed specifically, but they still want their rights and their time off. But they're in this skyscraper, and you play a cyborg. She says her father died at the beginning. So I don't know if that's a cyborg father or what it is, but he apparently died working there. So she's going to get her revenge. There's another character who joins. I can't remember either of their names right now. They're both machine girls. You choose which one you're going to take control of, and then you go into this building and wreak havoc. It's very active, very, I won't say intense. It's fun. It's all cartoony. It's got a really good sense of humor about it. The the dialogue of the characters as you're attacking them, these cyborgs. I'm playing it entirely in Japanese, and it's just nuts. I have no idea what they're saying most of the time, but they sound like they're having fun saying it. But it's a roguelike. So you go in and you're going to pick up better weapons and shields as you go along. You clear out a floor, you can go to the next floor, and then it gets tougher and it gets tougher, and eventually you're going to die. You lose all the weapons you've acquired, but you are live streaming this whole thing, of course, because that's what happens. And I guess continues to happen in 2089. Um, and you're getting funding from that. So the better you do, the more money you get, and then you can use that to buy upgrades for your character, making it easier for you when you go back in. So as you're picking up your weapons, you've got more abilities, more skills that you can utilize so that you can go further. And of course, like let's say once you get to level 10, now you can access an elevator. So the next time you go in, you can start at level 10. And then go up. There are 100 floors you have to complete before you get to the CEO. I am nowhere near that, but hopefully we'll be closer by next week.
Cool. Wow. That sounds really interesting. Is it so? It's like a third, like you said, it's a roguelike, but is it from a third person perspective? Is that
Yeah, you are watching from behind the character that you choose. So, and for the most part, that's not a problem. Every now and again, when some of the combat is in tighter spaces, and there may be times like if you get hit and you're thrown back where you can't see where you are, it's like now you're looking through her eyes, and it's difficult to kind of like pop back and forth between the standard view and that view. The camera does get hung up a couple times, but otherwise it's pretty smooth, and it plays beautifully on the Switch too, as well.
cool? Is it exclusively Switch 2 as opposed to?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks very nice. I'm just checking because in Australia it's 10% off. It is in the US as well. So like it's
Yep.
not out yet, like you said, but there is some sort of pre-sale bonus by the look of it.
Yes, yeah, 10% off here. And there's also a bunch of DLC that's listed. Some of it doesn't even say what it is. You can't buy it yet, but like November 27th, there's a DLC item you can purchase called New Feature Ad, but it doesn't even say what it is.
Yeah.
So there will be more things coming to this.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's multiplayer because they do have 2 characters, and I think this game would be a blast if you go through with someone else
Yeah, that would work, I
helping you out.
think. Yeah, especially I think roguelikes work quite well with multiplayer.
Yeah.
They can. Yeah, like the TMNT one that I played, was that last year? That was really fun with more than one person. And it's just a little bit easier as well because they're hard usually. Like you said, you die and you're meant to.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah, there's the boss I need to beat in order to get to level 10, so I can get that further. It has given me quite a bit of trouble, just very very fast, and having someone else. It's one of those kind of bosses where you have to lure it, and then it'll smash into something, and then you hurry up and try to hit its batteries, which will take it out faster. So having someone else able to do that while I'm distracting it would be helpful. My concern my one concern about the game is that since the whole thing takes place inside a building and you have 100 floors to get to, that it's going to become very repetitious. I'll be curious to see how they combat that as you combat your way, through the building.
Yeah. What sort of variety what can they change up, I guess, after 10?
Yep.
Like, do you think it'll change after 10 levels? Like you said, you're kind of trying to get to that 10th part. Yeah. Who knows?
Yep.
Maybe there'll be
and
a basement or something.
Did I specify earlier too? The levels change every time you go in. So when you're back on the first floor, it's a different first floor. So you're not seeing the exact same layout, but you are seeing the same things within that layout.
Right. Okay. It's randomly generated levels then.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. That sounds fun. Thank you, Kirk. Anything else to add to that?
Not yet.
Game? No. Awesome. Thank you.
New
Thank
Cut
you.
Replay came out yesterday at the time of recording.
Okay, awesome.
So
What's that, the
it is brand new.
10th of October? Yeah. Brilliant. Oh, well, that sort of brings us in the show then, I guess. We haven't done too badly. It's over the hour, but we knew it would be a big show. Thank you, listeners, for sticking with us if you made it this far. We really appreciate it. Let us know your thoughts on all of the items we've discussed today, whether you're interested or excited about those first-party games that I talked about at PAX. If you're at PAX, if you're in Australia and you're at PAX, let me know. Of course, the news, the Pikmin video, Random Business, Mina the Hollower, etc. Broken Sword, if you're excited about that series, or any of the games that we're playing this week. If you're also playing them or looking forward to them, please do let us know. We're still keen for a demo, so if you have a demo for us to play, let us know and we'll test it. We'll give it a go.
We'll try to test it.
We'll try.
Get through some reviews and then we'll get to the
Yes. It's a busy period. It is a very busy period. There's lots to play, lots to look forward to. It's going to be a busy end to the year, but thankfully we do enjoy talking about all things Nintendo. So thank you both very, very much for joining me this week. Thank you, listeners. If you'd like to follow us on social media, you can head over to Blue Sky and see what we're up to over there. I'm posting a lot of PAX stuff at the moment, so keep an eye on that. If you'd like to support us, you can head on over to patreon.com/Pure Nintendo. We have just put out our most recent issue of the Pure Nintendo magazine. Supporters will get a copy of the next issue. Once they join, we'll start putting that together shortly. So look forward to more information on that as it progresses. But I think that's about it. So thanks again. And until next week, game on, everybody. Bye.
Take care.